Toyota trucks used to fly off the lot. Now, dealerships are flooded with inventory they can't sell, and they're slashing prices to move metal fast. From midsize workhorses priced like luxury rides to full-size hybrids no one trusts, something has gone seriously wrong. Buyers are walking away, and Toyota is panicking. These are the 7 pickup trucks Toyota dealers are desperate to dump, and the last one might just shock you the most. Toyota GR Tacoma. With aggressive styling, rally-inspired suspension tuning, and Toyota's performance branding behind it, this truck promised to be the crown jewel of midsize off-roading. The moment the covers came off, the message was clear. This was not just another Tacoma. It was meant to be a purpose-built weapon for trails, dunes, and backwoods adventurers. From a distance, it certainly looked the part. It had the right attitude, the right stance, and the off-road badge of honor. Unfortunately, the moment potential buyers saw the window sticker, excitement turned into confusion, and in many cases, outright rejection. Toyota priced the GR Tacoma as if it were a full-size luxury truck rather than a mid-size off-roader. A fully equipped version now stretches past the $70,000 mark, placing it uncomfortably close to established full-size pickups with more towing capability, better ride quality, and stronger resale value. For that amount of money, buyers can walk into a dealership and look at a Ford F-150 Raptor, or even a Ram 1500 Rebel. Both offer roaring 8-cylinder engines, more refined suspension setups, and real-world trail credibility that the GR Tacoma is still trying to earn. This high price point shattered one of the Tacoma's oldest appeals: affordability. Beyond price, the engine choice has proven controversial among Toyota's longtime fan base. Instead of a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder or 8-cylinder powertrain, the GR Tacoma comes with a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. On paper, this might sound like a progressive step toward fuel efficiency and emissions compliance. However, truck buyers, particularly those who use their vehicles for rugged off-pavement adventures, are deeply skeptical of turbocharged 4-cylinder reliability under stress. These buyers value simplicity, durability, and long-term confidence over a few extra miles per gallon. Many of them remember when the Tacoma earned its reputation with bulletproof mechanicals and a drivetrain you could trust to take you across the desert and back. The new GR model, despite its fancy suspension components and bold exterior, lacks that same mechanical soul. The shift in engine philosophy has caused a noticeable ripple in the used market. Off-road enthusiasts are holding on to their older Tacomas with naturally aspirated 6-cylinder engines instead of upgrading. Some are even going backward, scouring classified listings and auction sites for well-maintained, low-mileage models from the mid-2000s or early 2010s. These trucks may not have the modern electronics or flashy digital displays, but they offer peace of mind that no turbocharged 4-cylinder can match. At the same time, Toyota's decision to go small and forced induction has opened the door wide for competitors like the Ford Ranger Raptor. The Ranger Raptor offers a more powerful engine, a proven off-road pedigree, and similar pricing, all while maintaining the traditional performance look that resonates with this customer base. There is also the issue of the GR Tacoma's actual off-road capability compared to its marketing promises. While the truck certainly boasts improved suspension, locking differentials, and upgraded components, it remains limited by its mid-size dimensions and power band. In testing scenarios, the GR Tacoma has struggled to outperform not only competitors in its segment, but sometimes even base-level Tacomas equipped with aftermarket upgrades. Off-roaders with experience know that for the price Toyota is asking, they could build a more capable vehicle themselves, customizing a used Tacoma with superior aftermarket parts, tailored specifically for their local terrain. This is not just about numbers on a spec sheet. It is about buyer psychology. If you are going to charge $70,000 for a mid-size pickup, it needs to deliver something undeniably special. Dealerships are already feeling the pressure. GR Tacoma units are beginning to stack up in inventory, particularly in regions where off-road interest is lower. Unlike base model Tacomas or the standard TRD off-road trim, the GR version is not appealing to contractors, commuters, or budget-conscious families. It is aimed squarely at a niche market, and unfortunately that market is not responding with enthusiasm. Reports from dealership employees suggest that buyers frequently walk in, admire the GR Tacoma, take a test drive, and then walk out shaking their heads when they see the final cost breakdown. Some dealerships have begun quietly lowering the price or offering bundled service packages and financing incentives to sweeten the deal. Others are offering thousands of dollars in dealer cash or accepting unusually low trade-ins just to move the metal. And if a sportier Tacoma is failing, wait until you see the so-called premium workhorse that has buyers scratching their heads. Before we move on, subscribe for more deep dives into the cars and trucks dealers are trying to hide behind the sticker price. Toyota Tundra Capstone. The imposing stance, flashy chrome accents, massive wheels, and upscale branding of this truck promise buyers a full-size truck experience that competes with the finest in the segment. Toyota has positioned this model as a direct competitor to the most luxurious half-ton pickups on the road today. The Tundra Capstone is the most expensive configuration of Toyota's flagship truck, priced just over $77,000 when equipped with all the premium add-ons. It is pitched as a no-compromise truck for those who want power, prestige, and plushness all in one package. However, once you scratch beneath the surface, that promise starts to unravel. Consumers are quickly realizing that what they are getting in the Capstone trim does not match the lofty price tag. For the same money, truck buyers can get into a Ford F-150 Platinum or a General Motors Company Sierra Denali, both of which offer not only a more premium interior, but also a stronger overall value proposition. Buyers in this segment expect to see real craftsmanship and top-tier comfort inside the cabin. Instead, the Tundra Capstone greets them with a mixed bag of quality, a dashboard that feels more mainstream than luxury, and trim elements that lean heavily on flashy plastic rather than high-end materials. Then there's the drivetrain, arguably one of the biggest letdowns for truck traditionalists. Toyota replaced its venerable 8-cylinder engine with a new hybridized powertrain it calls the iForce Max, pairing a twin-turbocharged 6-cylinder engine with an electric motor. On paper, the system delivers a combined 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. Those are impressive numbers, and they suggest the Tundra Capstone should be a towing and hauling monster. Yet in practice, it tells a different story. While the torque is plentiful, the driving experience feels more synthetic than muscular. Many longtime truck buyers have reported that the power delivery lacks the smooth, confident pull of a traditional, naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine. There is also growing skepticism about the hybrid's long-term durability in a full-size truck application, particularly among buyers who use their trucks for serious work. Toyota's pricing strategy with the Capstone has also come under fire. In a time of rising interest rates and economic uncertainty, spending over $77,000 on a half-ton pickup is already a tough pill to swallow. Buyers want to feel confident that they are receiving maximum value for their money. Unfortunately for Toyota, many potential customers are walking away from the Tundra Capstone because it just does not feel like $77,000 worth of truck. Reviews have consistently highlighted its harsh ride quality compared to rivals, a less refined rear suspension setup, and an interior layout that feels behind the curve. At this price point, compromises are unacceptable, and buyers are taking notice. Adding to the challenge, Toyota's brand positioning works against the Capstone in unexpected ways. While Toyota is revered for its reliability and dependability, it has never been a go-to badge for luxury. Buyers who spend north of $70,000 on a pickup often look to brands with more prestige in the luxury market. This is why models like the Lincoln Navigator-based Ford F-150 Limited or the Cadillac-esque GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate attract the lion's share of premium truck shoppers. Toyota's attempt to compete in this segment without years of luxury cachet is a tough sell. No matter how good the truck may be on paper, dealerships have begun to notice the shift. The Capstone trim, which Toyota once hoped would set a new benchmark for premium pickup trucks, is now sitting on lots longer than expected. Inventory is building up, and dealerships are beginning to offer aggressive discounts, finance incentives, and lease packages that suggest desperation rather than demand. In the used market, the situation is just as telling. Early Capstone models are already showing signs of steep depreciation, much faster than lower trims of the Tundra or comparable offerings from American manufacturers. That is another red flag for buyers who are wary of investing in a premium vehicle that may not hold its value. The resale value concern adds a final layer of hesitation to a purchase that already feels difficult to justify. Speaking of confusion, Toyota tried to blend sport and utility in one bizarre midsize pickup, and it is not working. Toyota Crown Signia pickup. What was supposed to be the next bold move in automotive innovation has instead become one of Toyota's most confusing misfires. The Toyota Crown Signia pickup, originally teased as a concept crossover utility vehicle with truck-like styling cues, was meant to offer buyers the best of both worlds, sedan-like comfort fused with pickup truck utility. On paper, it sounded ambitious. In practice, the result is a vehicle that satisfies neither traditional truck enthusiasts nor modern crossover shoppers. It is not a truck, not a car, and most importantly, not selling. The core appeal of this model was supposed to be its versatility. Toyota marketed the Crown Signia pickup as a revolutionary answer to shifting consumer habits, a high-riding, all-weather vehicle that could serve as both an everyday commuter and a weekend gear hauler. The idea was to bridge the gap between suburban practicality and adventurous spirit. Buyers were meant to see it as the perfect fusion of sleek design and functional utility. Yet in the real world, its hybrid identity has only created the confusion in the marketplace, and that confusion is killing its chances. The problems begin with its identity crisis. Truck buyers tend to know exactly what they want: power, capability, ground clearance, payload capacity, and a commanding presence on the road. The Toyota Crown Signia pickup delivers on none of these fronts in any meaningful way. Its towing capacity, though serviceable for light-duty tasks, pales in comparison to traditional mid-size trucks such as the Toyota Tacoma or even compact pickups like the Ford Maverick. Likewise, its payload figures are unimpressive, hardly sufficient for construction materials, serious outdoor equipment, or anything that constitutes true truck work. At the same time, it alienates crossover utility vehicle shoppers. These consumers typically prioritize interior space, fuel economy, affordability, and family-friendly features. Unfortunately, the Crown Signia pickup sacrifices usable cabin room for the sake of its unorthodox exterior silhouette. The sloped roofline and pseudo-truck bed reduce passenger comfort and practicality without delivering any real advantage in cargo versatility. While the styling may be bold and eye-catching, it comes at the cost of functionality, a fatal flaw in a segment built on utility and ease of use. Then there's the price. Toyota chose to position this model in premium territory, with early estimates placing the base trim well above $45,000. Higher trims, featuring upgraded materials and advanced driver assistance systems, can easily cross the $55,000 mark. That pricing puts it in direct competition with fully loaded mid-size trucks such as the Honda Ridgeline or Ford Ranger Lariat, vehicles with clearer identities and better value propositions. Worse still, for that price, buyers can consider entry-level luxury sport utility vehicles, such as the Acura RDX or Genesis GV70, both of which offer more prestige, better performance, and far more refinement. Aesthetically, the Crown Signia pickup also stumbles. It looks like a lifted wagon trying to pass as a lifestyle truck. It lacks the aggressive stance that off-roaders appreciate and the sleek elegance that sedan buyers expect. Toyota's attempt to create something new has instead left shoppers scratching their heads. It is too angular for traditional sedan fans, too soft and low for serious truck buyers, and too expensive for budget-conscious crossover families. As a result, it has no natural audience to anchor sales. Dealerships are feeling the impact of Toyota's gamble. Early shipments of the Crown Signia pickup, whether in pre-production or test market forms, have reportedly sat unsold for weeks, sometimes months. Sales staff are struggling to explain what exactly the vehicle is. During customer walkarounds, descriptions like a stylish utility alternative or an urban adventure truck sound vague and uninspiring. In a market where buyers want clear answers, such muddled messaging is a serious liability. To boost interest, Toyota has already rolled out aggressive financial incentives. Some dealers now offer 0% long-term financing, free maintenance plans, and loyalty bonuses for existing Toyota customers. In certain regions, Cash rebates of up to $5,000 are being applied just to get units off the lot. Still, the buyer response has been lukewarm at best. Shoppers see a high price, unfamiliar styling, and limited capability. For a brand known for practical, dependable, and high resale value products, this kind of stumble is rare and alarming. And if even Toyota can't sell this kind of everything vehicle, what does that say about the one model that made the company a king in trucks? Toyota Tacoma SR5. The Toyota Tacoma SR5 used to be the go-to midsize pickup truck for Americans who wanted bulletproof reliability, strong resale value, and just enough capability to get the job done without overpaying. It earned its reputation through decades of consistent performance, rugged simplicity, and an honest price tag that made it an easy choice for both fleet buyers and everyday drivers. At one point, owning a Toyota Tacoma SR5 meant you had made a smart, practical investment. It was a truck that held its value, asked little in return, and delivered big on longevity and toughness. Now that legacy is being chipped away, one dealership discount at a time. Walk onto a Toyota dealership lot today, and you will be hard-pressed to find a base model Tacoma SR5 with an affordable price tag. The stripped-down, no-nonsense work truck versions are practically extinct. In their place, you will see row after row of heavily optioned, overpriced trims sitting unsold in the sun. The practical working man's truck has been replaced with an inflated version of itself, now stuffed with extras most buyers neither asked for nor want. Gone are the days when you could pick up a new Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $30,000 and drive away with confidence. Today, dealerships are listing Tacoma SR5 models for well over $55,000, and that is before any dealer add-ons or so-called protection packages get slapped on top. It is not just the sticker price that is causing concern. Dealerships have leaned hard into bloating the final cost of the truck with extended warranties, unnecessary accessories, and pre-installed extras that offer little value to the buyer. The average buyer walks in expecting the dependable, no-frills Tacoma they remember, and instead they are faced with a mid-size truck that has been outfitted like a full-size luxury vehicle, but without the power, ride quality, or prestige to match. What was once the king of simple, durable pickups now feels like a truck trying to be something it was never meant to be. Compounding the issue is the reality that Toyota's competitors have closed the gap, and in some cases, surpassed it entirely. The Nissan Frontier offers similar horsepower, a more modern interior, and a price tag that undercuts the Toyota Tacoma SR5 by thousands of dollars. The Ford Ranger has a stronger towing capacity, better technology, and financing deals that are pulling buyers away from Toyota. Then there is the Chevrolet Colorado, which has recently been redesigned and is being praised for its balanced performance and value. When three major competitors are offering more for less, Toyota's dominance in the midsize segment is no longer guaranteed. Another problem is Toyota's own supply strategy. The move to prioritize high-end trims like the TRD off-road and limited packages has left the SR5 trim in an awkward spot. Buyers looking for a simple work truck can no longer find one, and those wanting luxury or off-road performance are being pushed into even more expensive models. The SR5, once the golden middle ground, is now priced uncomfortably close to full-size trucks that offer significantly more capability. Consumers are beginning to question why they should spend over $55,000 for a mid-size pickup when they could stretch just a little more and drive off in a Toyota Tundra, a Ford F-150, or a Ram 1500. Adding fuel to the fire is Toyota's production shift, with the bulk of Tacoma manufacturing now taking place in Mexico. Buyers who once swore by Japanese build quality are hesitant, while Toyota continues to emphasize its global quality standards. Many longtime loyalists remain skeptical. The shift was supposed to streamline production and lower costs, but instead it appears that Toyota has pocketed the savings while raising prices for American buyers. The result is a mid-sized truck that feels overpriced, overproduced, and oddly detached from the audience that built its reputation. Buyers are not blind to these changes. Many are choosing to keep their older Toyota Tacomas rather than trade them in for a more expensive and less practical version of the truck they already love. Used Tacoma models with under 75,000 miles are commanding high prices on the secondary market, a reflection of the public's desire to hold on to what they see as the last true generation of the vehicle. But if you think the Tacoma's decline is rough, Wait until you hear about the Land Cruiser's awkward truck twins. Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro. On paper, it looks like a dream machine for drivers who want it all. Serious power, tons of space, and bold design. It comes with a commanding presence, roof racks, underbody protection, and Toyota's signature off-road tuning. At first glance, it seems like the ultimate combination of brute strength and refined engineering. Yet for buyers walking into a dealership expecting something special, the reality of the Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro is falling far short of the promise. The first obstacle is the price. Toyota is asking nearly $80,000 for this truck-based sport utility vehicle, a figure that raises eyebrows even among brand loyalists. While Toyota's reputation for reliability has long been its strongest selling point, buyers at this price level are looking for more than just longevity. They want comfort, they want status, they want luxury. And unfortunately, the Sequoia TRD Pro is not delivering any of those convincingly enough to justify its steep cost. The interior is the most glaring issue. Despite being the top trim in the Sequoia lineup, the cabin feels more utilitarian than upscale. The seats are firm, the materials are durable but far from plush, and the layout is functional rather than premium. There is nothing inherently wrong with rugged design, but when a buyer is spending nearly $80,000, they are expecting luxury-level refinement. Buyers stepping from a Cadillac Escalade or Lincoln Navigator into the Sequoia will notice the downgrade immediately. The technology suite is competitive, but the entire presentation lacks the wow factor that defines the luxury segment. Toyota's decision to drop the naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine in favor of a hybrid turbocharged 6-cylinder engine is another source of division. While the move may look smart on paper, offering better fuel efficiency and meeting stricter emission standards, it has alienated a large portion of Toyota's traditional customer base. Longtime Sequoia fans trusted the durability and simplicity of the naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine. They knew it could take abuse, haul heavy loads, and last well beyond 200,000 miles with routine maintenance. The hybrid turbocharged engine introduces new variables, including battery reliability, complex cooling systems, and increased long-term repair costs. Many buyers are simply not ready to take that gamble. The performance itself is solid with over 400 horsepower and a smooth hybrid electric handoff during acceleration. But the truck's handling leaves a lot to be desired. The Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro rides on a solid rear axle with a coil spring suspension, which makes off-roading more controlled but sacrifices ride comfort. Competitors in this price bracket, like the Chevrolet Tahoe, offer fully independent rear suspensions, resulting in dramatically smoother rides, especially for passengers in the third row. The Sequoia, on the other hand, can feel jittery, stiff and loud over uneven pavement, which is the opposite of what buyers expect from a full-size vehicle that claims to blend utility with refinement. Another issue that plagues the Sequoia TRD Pro is its strange position in the market. It is caught in a pricing paradox, too expensive for mainstream buyers and not premium enough for luxury shoppers. At its current price point, it goes head-to-head with true high-end offerings like the Cadillac Escalade, Lincoln Navigator, and even the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. These models offer better interior finishes, more cargo room, smoother rides, and often superior infotainment experiences. Even the Chevrolet Suburban, which costs less, provides better road manners and cabin comfort. Toyota's Sequoia does not fit neatly into either camp. It is too fancy to be a pure utility rig and too rough to satisfy luxury expectations. Dealerships have started to feel the squeeze. While smaller Toyota models like the RAV4 and Highlander are still moving quickly, the Sequoia TRD Pro is stacking up on lots. Buyers walk in, get excited by the nameplate, then back away when they see the sticker price and realize the truck-like ride quality. Toyota has responded with aggressive financing offers, including 0% annual percentage rate deals and significant lease discounts, trying to sweeten the pot. And believe it or not, there is one mid-size truck Toyota moved production on, and it backfired in the worst way. Toyota Tacoma Limited. What made the Toyota Tacoma Limited so appealing in the first place was its promise of balance. It was supposed to be the perfect mid-size truck for people who wanted a bit of everything: off-road capability, on-road comfort, the reliability Toyota was known for, and just enough luxury to feel like an upgrade without getting excessive. For many years, it delivered. The Tacoma had carved out a reputation as a no-nonsense workhorse that could also double as a daily driver, all without breaking the bank. Buyers knew what they were getting: a dependable mid-size pickup that would run forever, hold its value, and come with that quiet, confident Toyota quality. Now, that image is crumbling. Walk into a Toyota dealership in the year 2025, and you will see the Tacoma Limited sitting proudly under the showroom lights. It has chrome accents, leather seats, a slick infotainment screen, and the latest driver assistance features. From a distance, it may still look like the rugged yet polished Tacoma people loved. But the moment shoppers look at the sticker price, the appeal starts to vanish. The Toyota Tacoma Limited now costs close to $60,000 before any dealer fees, accessories, or markups are added. That puts it shockingly close to full-size trucks like the Ford F-150 XLT or even the Ram 1500 Bighorn, both of which offer more space, stronger towing capabilities, and more refined rides. So what happened? Toyota made a massive shift in production. They moved manufacturing of the Tacoma to Mexico, a decision many believed would lead to lower prices. Lower labor costs, simplified logistics, and tax benefits typically result in more competitive pricing for consumers. That is not what happened here. Instead, Toyota kept the savings and pushed the pricing envelope. Customers walked into showrooms expecting value and walked out frustrated. The Tacoma, once a symbol of simple, affordable utility, is now priced like a premium full-size truck, but still behaves like a mid-size offering with outdated quirks. And then there is the issue of quality. The Tacoma Limited might carry the Limited badge, but the premium touches do not match the premium price. Buyers are finding that the interior is surprisingly Spartan for a vehicle in this price range. Hard plastics, minimal sound insulation, and a ride quality that still feels bouncy and old school are making consumers ask whether Toyota is simply coasting on its reputation. The mid-size truck segment has come a long way, and other automakers have stepped up their game. Trucks like the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 and the Ford Ranger Lariat offer competitive features and more modern platforms at significantly lower price points. On top of that, buyers are growing tired of the hidden costs. Walk into many Toyota dealerships, and you will not find a base model Tacoma anywhere. Most of the inventory is loaded with expensive trim levels like the Limited, the Trailhunter, or the TRD Pro, and they all come with dealer add-ons. From unnecessary paint protection packages to extended warranties and security etchings, buyers are watching the out-the-door price balloon past expectations. A Tacoma Limited that starts at just under $60,000 can easily cross $65,000 once the dealership finishes stacking on every extra they can. The situation is creating a strange dynamic. Loyal Toyota buyers, the kind who would trade in their older Tacoma every few years, are holding back. They are not upgrading. Many are holding on to their existing trucks longer or opting for the used market, where well-maintained Tacomas from a few years ago still offer better value than the current models. Others are jumping ship entirely and looking at what the competition offers. Trucks like the Nissan Frontier, the Jeep Gladiator Sport, and even entry-level full-size trucks like the Ram 1500 Classic are starting to look more appealing than Toyota's inflated pricing. There is also the lingering frustration about engine choices. The Tacoma Limited now runs on a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which may be fine on paper but raises questions about long-term reliability. Longtime Toyota fans valued the company's naturally aspirated engines, known for lasting well beyond 200,000 miles with minimal maintenance. But none of these compared to the final truck on this list. A truck Toyota hyped up, and buyers completely rejected: Toyota Tundra iForce Max. This flagship pickup boasts a powerful twin turbocharged 6-cylinder gasoline engine combined with a battery-powered electric motor, offering a hybrid powertrain that promises strong towing capacity, improved fuel economy, and lower emissions. It is positioned as the next-generation workhorse, cleaner, faster, and supposedly smarter than the 8-cylinder monsters of the past. Toyota poured years of development into crafting this hybrid platform, banking on it to future-proof the Tundra and win over both environmental regulators and pickup truck loyalists. On paper, the iForce Max is supposed to lead the brand into a new era of electrified performance. In reality, it is sitting motionless on dealership lots across the country, collecting dust and racking up incentive stickers. The Toyota Tundra iForce Max was supposed to be a revolution. Toyota's engineering team believed combining a 3.4-liter twin-turbocharged 6-cylinder gasoline engine with a robust electric motor would deliver the best of both worlds: the torque of a diesel, the towing muscle of a traditional 8-cylinder, and the fuel economy of a midsize crossover. Toyota proudly advertised horsepower figures north of 437 and torque ratings near 583 pound-feet. That certainly sounds impressive. However, when truck buyers show up at the dealership, they are not just looking for raw numbers on paper. They want long-term dependability and familiarity, especially when spending over $75,000 for a well-equipped model. And this is where the iForce Max begins to falter. Many longtime truck owners are skeptical about the durability of a twin-turbocharged 6-cylinder hybrid engine, especially when it comes from a brand that has built its reputation on simple, naturally aspirated 8-cylinder reliability. A turbocharged setup introduces more complexity, and hybrid systems mean even more components that could fail over time. The average truck buyer is someone who expects their vehicle to run for hundreds of thousands of miles with minimal issues, not something that might require expensive electric motor servicing or battery diagnostics down the road. Toyota fans are questioning whether this hybrid system can hold up to the abuse of heavy-duty towing, off-road hauling, or even just a decade of daily driving. Dealerships have seen this hesitation firsthand. Despite strong advertising campaigns and bold promises from Toyota, the iForce Max has not moved in the numbers expected. Trucks that were meant to fly off the lot are now parked for months. Salespeople are quietly admitting that buyers are coming in, test driving the iForce Max, and then walking away, choosing instead to either buy a used Toyota Tundra with the old-school 8-cylinder engine, or switching brands entirely. Competitors like the Ford F-150 PowerBoost Hybrid offer similar performance with a better-known track record, while others like the Chevrolet Silverado or Ram 1500 still provide traditional 8-cylinder powertrains that buyers trust. The pricing strategy only adds to the frustration. For a fully loaded Toyota Tundra iForce Max in the capstone trim, customers are expected to pay over $77,000 before dealer fees and add-ons. That figure creeps dangerously close to premium luxury territory. And what does that get you? A truck with questionable resale value, a hybrid system that most buyers do not fully understand, and an interior that, while modern, is not significantly more luxurious than trucks that cost $10,000 less. Toyota misjudged the willingness of American truck buyers to embrace a hybrid engine at such a steep price point, especially when concerns about long-term maintenance and towing consistency are so high. The financial consequences are now becoming clear. Toyota dealerships are slashing prices in ways previously unheard of for this brand. Some locations are offering cashback incentives of up to $11,000 just to get these trucks off their lots. Others are bundling 0% financing with aggressive trade-in offers. while a few have even taken the step of adding multi-thousand-dollar dealer discounts on top of factory rebates. These trucks were supposed to be crown jewels. Now they are clearance items. Which of these Toyota pickups would you still buy or avoid at all costs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more honest takes the dealers won't give you, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel.